Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, the VA channel with Dolores, and I am of course Dolores. And today we're going to discuss a very important topic, especially so if you are just graduating this year and you're about to prepare for your job hunt or job search. No, if you're going to plan or you're planning to look for your first ever job, I think it is important for you to understand what the steps you need to follow, ano yung dapat ninyong sundan, ano yung dapat ninyong gawin, ano dapat i-prepare. Ito yung pinaka-perfect timing para bago kayo mag-umpisa sa paghahanap ng mga trabahong gusto ninyong pasukan. It can be an office-based, it could be an online-based type of work. You have to understand what you need to prepare para ma-avoid ninyo yung or ma-set ninyo expectations ninyo on not getting frustrated. And if you get frustrated, at least you expect this as part of the process. Okay, so I'll be sharing my screen with you. If you have comments or questions, please send it over and I will try my very best to answer them para magkaroon kayo ng proper guidance, especially so like what I said, this video is catered to all graduating students this year. I would like to congratulate you first. Another journey of your life is about to end and about to start. Okay, so when you're graduating, and this is more likely for college students, so hopefully you would be able to identify the kind of career that you would want to step in or to start with your career, para at least before you start finding or sending your resume, you know exactly what you are supposed to do, and you can create your checklist or your roadmap so that you are guided accordingly, and you have what it takes to understand how to become successful in your job search. Okay, so I'll share my screen with you. And we will also dissect this as the days go by, no? Para at least mas lalo nating maintindihan yung mga topics that we are explaining in this video. So, the topic for today is preparing for your first job application as a fresh graduate. Again, if you are a parent or if you have family members who are graduating this year, i-share po ninyo itong information na to para at least meron silang proper knowledge at hindi sila at loss, no? Hindi sila mawala. Ano bang nangyayari? Ba't hindi ako matanggap? So let's help them thrive and strive and become successful, especially so first job nila tong papasukin, no? Let's not just apply because you need to apply. Let's focus on the topic and let us dissect one by one, and let us understand what part do you think you have to put your energy and focus, so that at least alam ninyo na meron kayong like what I said, there's a roadmap for you for success. Let's just always think that you have an end goal, no? Lagi nating iisipin ano ang end goal ninyo. There's a book that was written by Stephen Covey, Seven Habits of Effective People. I think that's one thing that you can also read. Meron doon, begin with the end in mind. So if you want to have a better result, your goal should also answer the question of the why and the how, right? Let's start now. So the first thing that you have to look into is my screen moving. Why is not my, wait a minute. Hindi siya umaandar. Ayan, okay. There's the second slide, hindi siya pa. Dalawa pala siya, sorry. So the first thing, or these are the lists, no? Or sorry, this is the list that you have to look into, and then you can use this as your checklist, no? Let's start with the steps that you need to take when you're starting your job search. Again, this video is more catered to graduating students. The first one is self-assessment. I think I've already discussed this somehow in my first two other videos on, and my other videos pa, if you were going to look into this channel, I've already discussed yung several self-assessment beforehand, but I will also share some information about it in this video. Second is research industries and roles. Create or update your resume. Build your online presence. Networking. Hindi to yung networking na ano ha, yung uh, open-minded ka pa. Hindi yan yon. Job search, no? Customize your application, prepare for interviews, follow up, and stay persistent and positive. Okay, so these are the topics, these are the steps you need to follow if you are a first timer who's looking for the job. Okay, let's talk about self assessment. So it says here first, identify your skills, your strengths, your interests, and career goals. Like what I said a while ago, you should always be thinking what's your end result, no? What is the you're trying to achieve? Ano ba yung gusto natin? Of course, dito, ang gusto niyong maging goal is to find your first job. The goal is finding your first job. The objective is, syempre, ayan na, pag hihimay-himayin natin kung ano yung objectives nyo. Ang objective is meron siyang measurable. So, yan yung SMART, S-M-A-R-T. I think I discussed that on my other first video, which you can go back. So, let's talk about SMART goals. So, ang goal natin, to find your first job. Actually, parang objective na siya kasi may identifier. So, ang SMART goal mo dapat siyan specific. Is it based on the career na tinapos mo? Measurable. Ganong katagal mo tinitignan na magkakaroon ka ng work? Is it 3 months, 6 months, or even 7 months? Ganun ang timeline sa wag madalian. Okay? Again, setting your expectations is very important. Clear expectations so that you will not feel the rush, you will not feel frustrated. Yes, there will be part that you will get frustrated, but at least if you're setting yourself clearly, if you're setting your expectations clearly, alam mo yung papasukin mo, alam mo yung expectations na makikita mo, no? A is it attainable? Is it something that you can do? Meron ka bang consistency na ginagawa? So, in that timeline na meron ka, kaya bang magawa? Are relevant? Meron bang relevance ito sa'yo? Of course, meron kasi gusto mo kaagad magkatrabaho. However, hindi maganda na mamadaliin natin na magkatrabaho ka not preparing. So T, timeline, which is based on your measurable, kailangan may ginagawa ka. If you're looking to have your first job within 6 months, dapat meron kang ginagawa on a weekly basis or on a daily basis. That's your timelines. Alright? Para ma-achieve mo siya within 6 months or 3 months kasi meron kang ginagawa siyang activities every day or every week. Clear? So again, if you have questions, just send your comments to me so I can answer them para maging guide ninyo ito. Okay, number 2, reflect on your academic achievements, extracurricular activities, internships, and any relevant experiences. Of course, it will be hard pag nagsulat kayo ng resume what to put there in terms of career experience or work experience. Definitely wala kayong masyadong mailalagay or maia-highlight. Ang importante dito, lahat ng activities na ginagawa nyo during your college days, no, i-highlight ninyo ano yung mga organizations na sinamahan ninyo, ano naging part ninyo doon, ano naging contribution nyo doon, ano naging role mo doon. Pwede nyo kasi yung ma-transfer from that experience to telling your or to sharing it within your resume. Like for example, you have been the president of a school organization. As a president, what did you do? How long have you been a president? Ano yung mga achievements mo as a president, or you have participated in different organizations as what. So these are the things that you can actually highlight, and from that experience or from that achievements, pwede mo ipakita yung yung leadership skills mo, or yung time management skills mo, or yung organizational skills mo, depending and varying dun sa mga naging contributions mo nung time na ikaw ay nag-head ng isang organization, or part ka ng isang organization, or member ka ng isang organization. Highlight those skills para at least makita nila na, okay, kahit wala kang work experience, but you're able to do these things during your college years, makikita nila na meron kang knowledge, meron kang na-prepare ka to understand what responsibility means, and you know how to perform these responsibilities because you were part of it for, let's say, 3-4 years from the time that you started in college. Kung maiksi naman siya, find a way na maisama mo, like yung volunteering act na meron ka nagawa or any internship that you've had. I-document ninyo yan habang you're doing the internship. Document every day what you're doing so that when you're trying to create your resume, you can choose, no? And highlight ano ba yung mga activities na magiging noticeable para mailagay ko sa resume ko at magiging impactful siya when you start submitting your resume. Okay? Research industries and roles. Of course, bago kayo mag-apply, explore different industries and job sectors that align with your interests and skills. Titignan mo yan based on your ano ba yung course mo. For example, you've graduated with business management at ang degree mo ay nag-focus ka or major mo marketing. So, syempre, medyo wide ang marketing, which is very good kasi maraming companies, almost every company meron siyang marketing department. However, syempre, ang titignan mo lang dyan, ano bang klaseng marketing ang gusto mo or ano bang klaseng produkto or services ang gusto mong hawakan or ang gusto mo maging parte ka. Are you targeting multinational sorry, not multi-level, multinational kind of companies like yung Coca-Cola, yung mga malalaki. Yun ba yung target mong mga companies? If that is the type or kind of companies that you're targeting, dapat lalo kang maghanda kasi stiff ang kanilang type of recruitment process. Dapat alam mo ano yung dapat mong ipakita, how you represent yourself or how you present yourself to them because maraming mas magaling sa'yo, lagi mong iisipin yon. So, how can you stand out from the rest of these candidates that definitely they would want to have as part of their team? Okay? So, importante yan. Kaya, hindi ganun kabilis or kasimple ang pagsasubmit or ang pag apply bilang isang empleyado. So not only the company, no, tignan mo din anong klasing values yung gusto mo anong klasing values yung kumpanya, nag-a-align ba siya sa'yo? Baka naman mamaya, yung palang napapasukan mo is not within your values, no? Let's say you're a Christian, tapos yung kumpanya na pasukan mo doing something that is so horrible and scamming people, if that's not the company that you would want to be part with, right? So these are the things that you also have to look into. Then titignan mo rin ano ba yung compensation package. Is it acceptable? Is it not too below or not too high naman? As a starter, wag tayong masyadong ambitious sa rate. You should also understand ano ba yung entry level rate mo. Depende yan sa career na pinapasok mo. Job Street is giving, parang meron silang information about that kind of industry rate. Pero that's just a reference. Hindi ibig sabihin, yung binigay nilang information doon is to a T na lahat ng companies yun ang binibigay. So, meron ka lang guide, no? Para pag tinanong ko sa interview, what's your expected salary rate? No, pupunta tayo dyan sa mga ganyang information. Pero I'm just focusing first on the newly graduates na kailangan natin bigyan ng guidance para they know exactly what to do, what the steps they to follow para hindi sila magpunta sa social media at magsabi ng kung ano-anong bagay dahil nafo-frustrate sila sa hindi sila natatanggap. So, you will understand why it is important na hindi natin gawing ang social media as your voice where to express your frustrations. We will delve into that. Research various job roles and positions within those industries to understand their responsibilities, requirements, and growth prospects. Nakita nyo? Hindi ang kumpanya ang mag-a-adjust sa inyo. Kahit sa anong kumpanya, kahit anong trabaho yan, mapa-VA pa yan, company-based yan, it's not the company who will adjust to you. It's you who will be adjusting to them because you are the ones targeting ano bang kumpanya ang gusto nyong pasukan. Alright? My kids are also listening here on the side. I hope you're taking notes, my children. Because these are very important information and it will really help you understand the career realm or the work around you, no, it's not really easy. Hindi natin po pwedeng i-identify na graduate na ako, dapat madali ako makahanap. It's not always that the case. So, it's a case-to-case basis. Siyempre, yung iba, napaka fortunate kung sila yung ina-apply or sila ina-approach at ina-offera ng companies kasi they see a very huge potential from that candidate compared to a candidate na hindi maganda yung kanyang grades sa school, hindi maganda yung background niya sa school. So, challenge talaga yan, no? And let's face it, may konting effect din kung hindi gano'n kaganda din yung school na pinanggalingan mo. I'm not saying na ano 'no, na dapat sa malalaking schools kayo. The more na na yung school mo ay hindi nakikilala, let's say, hindi siya yung one of the, top 10, let's say, top 10 to top 15 schools in the Philippines, the more that you have to make it, uh, mas lalo mong gagalingan at lalo mong paghahandaan kasi siyempre mas pipiliin ng mga malalaking companies yung mga schools na we all know these are the top biggest schools here in in the Philippines. So it's already a challenge as it is, or that alone is a challenge. Tapos hindi mo pagagalingan or hindi ka pa magpe-prepare, di lalo ka nang nahirapan. Okay? So research various job roles na naka-align dun sa course mo. Huwag ka lang basta send ng resume just because you know graduate ka na. It is not going to work well for you because para kang sumusuntok sa buwan. Okay? Intindihin mo ano ba yung responsibilidad na isang ganitong position. Ano ba yung, where do you see yourself? Ano yung position that you're eyeing for? Do not apply because you just saw the job opening. Ito maganda, bagay sa akin. It's not the way that you should be doing. It should not be the way. That should be something na pinaghahandaan. So if you know exactly what you want, for example, you graduated as a nurse, definitely ang hahanapin mo, nursing work. Ngayon, wala kang makitang nursing career work. Why? That's the question. No? Are you targeting the right companies? Are you looking at the right uh, way? Baka naman sa nagmamadali ka kaya gusto mo kagad magkaroon ng work, kaya nasa sideways yung iba. Napapapunta sila sa ibang companies na hindi naka-align doon sa kanilang karera or doon sa kanilang pinagtapusang degree. Okay? Next is create or update your resume. I will highly recommend to watch this person. Okay, let me just share this. I will just share another one para makita nyo kung sino yung sinasabi ko. Subscribe to this video or so to subscribe to Professor Heather Austin. She talks about resume writing. And if you are actually creating your resume first time, it is going to be helpful if you are guided by someone who is a subject expert on that matter. So Professor Heather, I do not know her, but I've been following her. She really is understanding her topic. She really knows her topic, and I think it would be really nice if you are following someone like her to help you craft your resume. Okay? So that's her name, Professor Heather Austin. So follow her and watch some of the videos that can help you. This one you can start with this first video because as a graduate you have no experience, so how can you write your resume properly without the experience? Okay, so now let's go back to our discussion. I will be sharing my screen again. There you go. So again, go back and follow Professor Heather Austin so that you can craft your professional resume. No? And the second one is highlighting your educational, relevant coursework, internships, like what I mentioned kanina. Importante yan na susulat nyo sana or nasulat nyo sana yung mga importanteng information that you feel like can be useful when you're creating and crafting your resume. Okay? Kasi nga wala pa kayong work experience, so it's going to be difficult. Parang ang hirap isulat yung wala kang maisulat. So, as early as now, try writing down ano yung mga activities na ginagawa nyo, ano yung mga nade-delegate sa yung tasks, and what are the results of those tasks na na-delegate sa'yo. Kasi you can use that when you're starting to write your resume of what the achievements or accomplishments you have done during the time of your internship. Build your online presence. Okay, so creating your LinkedIn profile is very important with a professional photo, headline, summary, and work experience. Don't just create LinkedIn just for the sake that meron kang profile. Enhance your LinkedIn profile. Like what I said kanina, dapat identified nyo na sa sarili nyo ano yung gusto nyong goal na ma-achieve aside from just having the first job. Dapat meron ka ng goal. For example, you want to be a marketing associate. 'Di ba? Meron ka na kagad nakatag dun sa iyong pangalan. If your name is Juan de la Cruz and then underneath your name should be marketing or aspiring marketing associate, aspiring marketing specialist, aspiring nurse something. There should be an identifier of who you are, and that's your brand. So people would know, pag tinignan yung LinkedIn mo, ano yung ina-achieve mo, ano yung goal mo. Para at least alam nila na when you apply, talagang meron kang consistency from your LinkedIn profile. You're saying um, you want to be a So that is very important. Consistency is key. So from your LinkedIn profile to your resume, you can actually put that underneath your name. So for example, Juan de la Cruz, this is your resume, huh? Juan de la Cruz, and then under that, aspiring marketing specialist. Or you can actually remove the word aspiring. You can just put there marketing specialist candidate or applicant. Okay, why? Because it would be easier for the recruitment team or recruitment manager to know what exactly is your goal. Identifying your position is very important to let the recruiters know na ito yung gusto mo. Diyan mo gustong makapasok sa posisyon na yan. Hindi manghuhula ang mga recruiting managers or recruiting team. Ano ba 'to, sino ba, ano ba siya, anong gusto niyang pasukin. Kasi ang nangyayari sa madalas na pagkakataon, people are thinking na titignan naman ng recruiters yung experience ko, so bahala na sila mag-adjust sa kung ano yung puwede ako. That's not the right thing to do. Like what I told you, if a company posts their job opening, let's say just one job or position, there would be hundreds of applicants. For the recruiters to review all of these 100 applicants, they do not have time. So, to make it easier, they only find the keywords. That's why I said AI is already being used nowadays. So, they will just type a keyword para yung AI tool ang magsasabi sa kanila, oh, ito, tama yung process nito kasi merong keywords na gusto natin. So chances are, kung ginagamit mo yung right keyword mo, mapapapunta ka dun sa to be reviewed rather than to be archived. So para ma-avoid na ma-archive ang resume mo, lagyan mo siya under your name, Juan de la Cruz, marketing specialist, marketing recruiter, and then sometimes no nilalagyan natin ano ba yung career objectives, no, or career goals. Make it more clearer, make it more appealing. For example, a graduate of marketing blah 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 contributed to the success of the organization blah 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 blah, aspiring to be a part of your team or whatever, just short but brief. Gets nyo? And then, magkaiba po yung ibig sabihin ng objectives. Once you say kasi objectives, meron siyang uh, uh, number kasi na nakakabit. So I would suggest use the word goal, career goal. So your career goal is to be able to work with a multinational company such as kung ano man yung company na yon, para at least nakikita nila you are now aligning yourself to their company. Then do not send your resume to all companies you're applying for. Kumbaga, one resume fits all. No. Always make it a point that you have your whole resume. Kung 10 pages yan, that's fine. However, when you're sending your resume for each company na gusto nyong pasukan, craft it in such a way that you're personalizing your resume and fitting it with their company. Hindi yung gumawa ka na isang resume, sa lahat na ng companies, it's the same resume you're sending. Okay? So you have to make sure that you are um, personalizing it and make it more fitting to the role you are applying for and to the company you are approaching. Okay? Then your LinkedIn is similar to what I explained, no, yung resume mo. Kasi ang LinkedIn is parang online profile mo yan, online portfolio. And then, you can also build up posts, no, na ilalagay mo doon sa LinkedIn mo. Huwag mo siyang gamitin as online resume. Pakita mo kung ano yung knowledge mo by sharing insights, sharing topics or anything that is related dun sa gusto mong magawa or any interesting topics that you are following para nakikita nila yung knowledge base mo, ano yung interests mo, dito mo yun showcase. Okay, mind you, most of the companies, they are reviewing social media platforms of each candidate. I will go into that. Connect with alumni, professionals, and recruiters in your desired industry. You can only do that if you have a better LinkedIn profile. That's why it's very important also to make sure that your LinkedIn account is really looking professionally done, or you wrote it professionally. And as much as possible, post every now and then, no, more often. The more you are posting relevant and topics that are really knowledgeable, no, nakikita nila anong interests mo, wag niyong gawing Facebook ang LinkedIn. That's one. Because LinkedIn is different from Facebook. Okay? So, why is it different? Because the ones that you're connecting on LinkedIn, these are professionals. The ones that you're connecting on Facebook, it could be your friends, it could be colleagues, no? Malaking malaki ang difference ng messaging ng LinkedIn at Facebook. Right? Ensure that your social media profiles present you in a positive and professional light. Ito na. Marami ngayon akong nakikita, lalo na sa TikTok, which is a very, very popular platform, social media platform, wherein nagte-trend pa yung mga nagsasabi na, Ako lang ba? Ang dami ko nang in-applyan pero wala ako na receive na tawag or anything." Eto na yung sagot sa tanong niyong 'yan. Kasi it could be that you just went ahead, sent your resume not even thinking ano ba yung kumpanyang pinapasukan niyo or ina-applyan niyo, why are you applying to them, anong reason mo ba't ka nag-a-apply sa kumpanyang yon. You did not even assess yourself, is this the company you really want to be part with? In the first place, bakit kailangan i-identify ano bang kumpanya yung gusto mo mapasukan? Because the goal should be also is finding your first job. Yes, that's correct. However, pwede mo ilakip dun yung objectives mo. You want to stay there for 5, 10, 15 years of your career. Kasi you are also seeing career growth, no? And that's the objectives, may numbers, no? 10, 15 years mo gustong makita yung sarili mo doon. So now, nakikita mo, may visioning. Hindi ka lang basta nag-submit ng resume just for the sake of you want to have a job. Dito marami nagkakamali. The thought of just sending their application or resume is a very, very big mistake that most of the candidates are doing, professional man or fresh graduate. So always look into, although yung mga professional, at least may idea na sila kung ano yung gusto nila. But sometimes, nalilimutan nila yung alignment. Why this company? Why am I applying here? Nabasa ba talaga yung job description properly? Am I really aligned to this role? Yun din yung madalas na nagiging problema. So this is helpful no matter you're a graduating student or even you are an experienced individual. So always make sure that you have your why, the answer to your why. Why I'm applying in this company? Why am I applying for this role? Does it really fit me? Do I have the experience? Can I really say that I'm best for this position? If I do not have an experience, how do I prepare myself now to ensure that I'm going to have or to land this kind of role or position? And since nandito tayo sa social media, wag nating gawin ang social media natin ng area where people can see the negative part of you. Like, for example, if you are currently and seeking job opportunities, never post on your Facebook, on your TikTok, anything that would definitely say, I do not want to have this kind of an employee in my company. What are those things? Maybe in your on your Facebook, nagpo-post ka ng nakikipag-inuman ka sa mga barkada mo. Walang masama doon. Kaya lang, nagkakaroon siya ng bad reflection sa'yo as a candidate. Kasi ang tinitignan ng mga kumpanya is someone who can be part and align with their values. Nakikita nyo? Kung ikaw, it should be your homework to look and align your values based on the company you're applying for. Ganun din yung mga companies, na mga reputable companies, bago nila tignan or i-hire ang isang empleyado or ang possible candidate bago i-hire, they look into the they look into the social media postings of this person to understand ano ba ang taong ito, ano ba siyang klaseng tao, ano yung mga insights na sinishare niya, baka pala away siya. So, tendency nun, nagpe-prepare din yung company to say, baka mamaya dito sa atin gawin yan. So, these are things na careful din ng company na mag-hire ng mga taong nakikita nila magiging sakit ng ulo nila eventually. So, I'm not saying itago nyo yan. I'm saying is avoid posting something like that because it might make you or break you. And we don't want the breaking part. So if you think that it's not representing you properly, yes, nagkatuwaan kayo, nagkaroon kayo ng pictures ng mga friends mo na you're so drunk, yung lasing na lasing. There's one story of this in the States, no? Hindi siya tinanggap for the reason na nakita yung kanyang pictures ng sobrang langung-langu siya sa kalasingan niya at kung ano-ano yung pinagpo-post niya. So maganda sana yung position na ina-applyan niya. Sorry, my dog is barking. I will just close the door. Maganda sana yung position. However, nagkaroon ng hesitations yung company na i-hire siya because of what they saw from his social media. Inano niya yon, nilaban niya, kaya lang talo siya because that's the company's culture. Meron silang sinusundang values nila na they should adhere to it kasi ayaw naman nilang masira din yung kanilang pangalan just for the sake of hiring not the right people. So be careful on what you post. This may sound passe. Think before you click. That's so true because you may not be realizing it, pero sometimes that could be the reason why you're not being selected for the position or role that you're applying for. So, present yourself in a manner na makikita nila na maayos ka, hindi naman for the sake na lolokohin mo yung sarili mo, no? But be mindful of what you post. Wag nating ilatag lahat sa social media. Kasi people can think differently. They can uh, ano tawag doon, hindi bash yung, they can judge you immediately. 'Di ba? Yung picture mo na may sarili mong insight, pero sa iba, it might be different. So, to avoid these things from happening, you yourself be the one to be disciplined, not to share something that you feel like it's not appropriate for you. Okay? Mahirap dahil halos lahat ng tao ngayon may social media. Pero kung aware kayo sa nangyayari and you want to have a better career in the future, start disciplining yourself by um, respecting yourself as well. It starts from you. You cannot expect the company to understand you, but it should be you making this. It's your footprint. This is what we call digital footprint. If you're creating a bad reputation of yours through digital, mahirap yang mawala, mahirap yang mabago. So, as much as possible, be mindful what you share, be mindful of what you say, be mindful what you post on what you post, right? So, I hope that is clear para at least alam ninyo na meron palang impact ang social media sa pag-a-apply nyo. Yes, there is. Okay, next is networking. Okay, sabi ko kanina, hindi ito yung open-minded ka ba? Let me just drink. Ito yung area kung saan pwede ka mag-attend ng mga events ng mga companies or job fair, yung mga ganyan, para at least nakikita niyo yung different industries, no? Yung mga job fairs, for example, sa lugar ninyo, kung meron kayo nakikita maraming job fairs na events, then participate kasi maganda yon na expose kayo sa iba-ibang company, nakikita ninyo ano yung mga possible job openings kahit hindi ka nagpunta doon to apply. Para lang in preparation. Ngayon, halimbawa, hindi pa kayo nakaka-graduate, you're still in school, I would highly recommend you attend a lot of job fairs and then kuha kayo ng maraming companies na information and then you can search based on your position or sorry, based on your career, ano tawag doon, yung degree na kinukuha nyo or course na kinukuha nyo, then align your job search of the companies para when you're starting to develop your resume and starting to prepare for your job application, may idea ka ano-ano bang kumpanya yung gusto mong pasukan kasi ina-align mo nga yung sarili mo dun sa goal mo. Hindi yung basta sinend mo lang yung resume mo for the sake na marami akong in-applyan. Yun yung tinatawag nga na suntok sa buwan. Parang kang tumataya sa loto na chances are you don't know how big is the chance. Kasi sa dami ng tumataya ng loto, 'di ba? Here, if you're creating your strategies, alam mong marami kang kasabay, alam mong marami kang contemporaryo na kalaban for this position. However, it will make a lot of difference if you are coming in prepared. No, you've done your research about the company or companies. Alam mo kung ano isasagot mo sa kanila whenever you are invited for a job interview. Okay? Reach out to professors, classmates, alumni, family, friends, and professionals in your network for advice. Nakita nyo? Hindi naman sinabing para mag-submit ka agad ng resume. Advice, referrals, and job leads. So, habang hinihiyan mo sila ng advice, gamitin mo yung advice na nakukuha mo, create your own uh, roadmap, prepare for your soon-to-be na application. And unang-una sa lahat, siguro sa mga magulang din, wag nating i-force agad ang mga anak natin na, oh, graduate ka na, dapat may trabaho ka na. You should be able to support them. Yes, understandable, iba-iba po ang sitwasyon natin. However, pag ganun po kasi ang naging mindset natin, we are just pushing our children to failure. Ibig sabihin, tama lang na magkaroon ng failure para maintindihan ng success. However, kung hindi sila prepared, the organization or the schools that they are where they are coming from or where they are graduating help them academically to be ready, but as parents, as family members, we should also be able to help them to identify and understand paano ba nila to tatahakin. Unang-una, financially, kailangan nila yan. Kasi syempre, kung ang tinatarget nila mga companies is in Makati, Ortigas, saan pa ba, BGC, wherever, kailangan nila ng pamasahe, kailangan nila ng budget para makapunta sila sa mga offices na yan para ma-attend yung mga interviews if ever. So, kailangan nila ng suporta. Huwag natin silang hanapan agad ng resulta kung tayo mismo is not even supporting them. So, give the right support to your children. Tell them that it's okay if they fail the first time, the second time, the third time. Just keep supporting them. And maybe you be the one to check. Baka naman anak yung resume mo, may mali. Tingnan natin. Or if you're not someone who is an expert into that, you can also ask people around you na makakatulong. Baka may HR friends kayo. Baka pwedeng sabihin nyo sa kaibigan, like this, advice na po pwedeng mahingi. Tignan mo nga yung resume ng anak ko, baka naman may something is wrong. Can you please help? Kasi maraming factors. There are a lot of factors that can result to negative or not hearing from the companies. Like what I said, hindi kasalanan ng kumpanya kung hindi kayo natatawagan. Let's not blame the companies because um, they have their processes, they have their meron silang standards that they're following. It's because meron silang pinoprotect na image. No? Now, if you are aligning yourself to that company, of course, you want to prepare yourself for that company, to be part of that company, you should also have the same image as they are. Kasi, ini-envision mo na yung sarili mo to be part of that company. Okay. Here, next one is attend career fairs, industry events, workshops, and networking sessions to expand your network and learn about job opportunities. It's very nice if you're attending workshops, no? Attending siguro yung mga fairs like what I said kanina kasi dun kayo magkakaroon ng a lot of information. The schools has already prepared you to be knowledgeable about the work you're supposed to be getting when you graduate. However, that is not just enough. Pagkatapos nung academic knowledge nyo, kailangan magkaroon kayo ng preparation into finding the right company, finding the right position for you through networking. So, doon mo ma-identify, ito palang kumpanya to, ang hinahire pala galing sa mga ganitong schools. So, hindi mo siguro ipipilit yung sarili mo mag-apply doon kung talaga majority ng mga candidates na hinahire nila is coming from a school na very popular. May ganyang companies, no? Kasi minsan kung sino yung president nila, kung saan school galing, mas pinaprioritize nila yung mga alumni ng school kung saan galing yung presidente. So these are things na tiny little information but it may really be a big impact for you if you know it. Okay? Job search now na paghahanda mo tapos na no nakagawa ka na ng resume mo, alam mo na kung anong klaseng role ang hinahanap mo at companies na gusto mong pasukin. Eto na, it's time for you to do the job search. Utilize online job boards, no? Create an account like let's say with JobStreet, JobsDB, Upwork, lahat ng possible na area. LinkedIn is one, yung mga company websites, mag-review ka na, i-research mo na ulit yung mga companies na naghahanap. Saka makakakita sa LinkedIn, meron din yan. If you go to jobs, no, makakakita ka ng mga positions na pwede mong i-search aligning to what you want. Madali yon. At least, alam mo na kasing gusto mo, madali ka na magsa-search ng companies looking for the same position that you want. Like what I said, wag nating madaliin. Kung meron kang SMART goal, alam mo kung anong ginagawa mo. Okay? Professional associations and recruitment agencies to search for job openings. Again, you are not supposed to pay anything. Wala ka dapat nilalabas na pera kasi hindi naman ganun talaga yung proseso. Now, if you're going to create accounts with Upwork, I think yun may bayad yun because that's how the platform is. So, avoid nyo na lang yung mga platforms na nagre-require ng bayad kasi una, hindi ko naman supposedly maglabas ng pera if you want to search. No? Just use Google. Google and yeah, I think in Google marami ka na mahahanap in the Philippines alone. Tapos LinkedIn and yan, walang mga bayad yan. And then JobStreet, I believe, pwede ka, JobsDB. So yung mga walang bayad, huwag ka na magbabayad kasi sayang naman yung pera mo. Gamitin mo na lang yung pera mo. For example, you're applying for a company and kailangan kang pumunta doon dahil i-interviewing ka. So doon mo na lang gamitin yung money mo. Set up job alerts and notifications to receive updates on new job postings. So for example, you're on LinkedIn at doon ka naghahanap ng work mo, yung mga search keywords mo, itatype mo yun kung ano yung gusto mong role. And then once merong opening yung company, no, ino-notify ka through email na merong opening sa ganitong company based on your preference, right? Tailor your job search criteria based on location, baka naman napakalayo. Siyempre, you want to have yung hindi ganun kalayo yung travel time mo kasi talo ka rin pagdating sa pamasahe, oras, pagod na pagod ka. Industry, ano ba yung degree mo? Kung marketing ka, siyempre you want something na nandun din sa marketing aspect or area. Job type, ano bang klaseng job type yung hinahanap mo? And experience level, syempre beginner ka pa lang, alam mo dapat kung ano yung set of responsibilities that you can handle or manage. Okay? Customize your customize your application. Like what I said kanina, wag kang mag resume mo one size fits all. No. Every resume that you send should be personalized based on the company you're sending and based on the position or role you're applying for. That's why a cover letter is very important kasi Yung cover letter nyo, dun nyo po pwedeng i-express yung desire kung bakit kayo nag-a-apply dun sa company na yon. And then, po pwede kayong gumawa ng isang marketing resume. Pwede kayong gumawa ng isang, for example, administrative resume. Pwede kayong gumawa ng isang anything that is aligned to marketing yung sasabi ko kasi administrative pwede naman yan. Pwedeng marketing specialist, marketing associate, marketing administrative or admin, something like that. Anything related to marketing pero different role kasi pwede mong isend na lang yan easily. Okay? So, wag mo isend yung resume mo, isang resume sa lahat ng ina-applyan nyo. Chances are, it's not talking to the recruiters because it's a generic resume. Okay? And then, ang tanong, do I have to put a photo? Yes, it would be nice to have a photo, but sometimes hindi na rin naman necessary. But for me, I think having a photo is really nice. But please, choose a professional photo. Wag naman yung kinuha niyo yung cellphone niyo at saka kayo nag-selfie. Don't treat yourself that way. I just mentioned this, your resume is your brochure. Kung ganun yung tinitreat yung sarili nyo, hindi rin kayo ititreat properly ng mga companies na ina-applyan nyo kasi nung pinresent mo yung sarili mo, eh parang baliwala lang. Basta lang sinend mo. So, I would suggest, have a headshot. Ang tawag dyan, headshot. Punta kayo sa studio, magpa-headshot kayo so you can look professional. Wag yung sa Tronics, yung one by one, tapos susuotan kayo ng what do you call, ng coat. Wag yun kasi very obvious that it was edited. Ang headshot kasi very nice siya na parang talagang you spent for it to look professional. You really are seeing yourself to be hired for this role. Dun pa lang may effort ka ng pinakikita. So that is a really good indicator that you really are preparing for this role. Okay? So carefully read job descriptions and requirements for each position you're interested in. Number one, ito nagiging problema namin. Ang binabasa lang title ng role. Tapos, hindi na hinihimay ano bang kailangan, ano bang ibig sabihin ng role na to, anong required of this role. Basahin nyo. Yung how interested, especially sa mga Facebook, no? Do not do that. Never ever do that because we do not entertain candidates who are saying that or asking that because of the fact that it's already telling us you are not totally interested about this role. You're just there to say, mapansin ka lang. Hindi ibig sabihin talagang interesado ka. So, to show your interest, read the instructions, read the job descriptions, read what is required of the role, and then follow their recruitment process, their instructions on how to submit the application. That shows your interests. Hindi yung sinabi mo lang verbatim interested. How? That's not showing interests. Okay? You have to be smart on your actions. Customize your application materials, including cover letters and resumes, to highlight your relevant skills and experiences for each job application. I've already explained this a while ago. And if you're going to follow Professor Heather Austin, she can also provide you with more information that you can follow to help you create a better looking resume. Okay? Prepare for interviews. Okay, so syempre nagsa-start ka na mag-submit ng application. And before we proceed, sa cover letter, it should be different from the email copy, no? Cover letter is more professional. Hindi ko sasabing hindi dapat maging professional ang email copy. Wag lang kayo magsasend ng pangalan nyo and then wala man lang subject line, walang title, and then nothing, wala ring email body. Wala man lang, good afternoon recruitment team. I am expressing my interest for this role. I have attached my cover letter and resume for your review. I am blah, blah, blah. I am very much interested to be part of your company. I hope that you can have a time to review my application for this role. Ganun dapat, may email body, may subject line, application for the blah 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 role. Ngayon, kadalasan nilalagay ng mga companies yung role, yung parang may code. Gamitin nyo yung code kasi that makes them easier. It makes it easier for them to review kung ano yung application ninyo, kaya nilalagay yung code. Pag hindi kayo sumunod dun sa instructions, yes, you might you might send an impressive resume, pero kaya ka bumabagsak kasi hindi niyo sinusundan yung instructions. Parang exam 'yan. 'Di ba sa exam merong instructions on top. Please mark X for your answer. If you don't follow the instructions, kahit tama yung mga sinagutan nyo, 'di ba? Hindi siya ibibilang or ika-count ng teachers ninyo or ng professors ninyo as tama. Similarly to applying and following instructions. So, dun pa lang nakikita na nila na you are not keen to details or attentive to details. Gets? Right. Practice common interview questions and prepare thoughtful responses that showcase your qualifications and enthusiasm for the role. So, syempre, it's important na pinapractice nyo yourself nyo sa questions. Hindi ako magtatanong or hindi ako magde-delve dito kasi medyo ibang topic to. Pero binibigyan ko lang kayo ng idea. We will go to this. Ida-dissect natin yung from step 1 hanggang sa matapos yung step on other videos. Kaya lang ngayon ang binibigay ko is the whole picture, okay? Um, there are a lot of common questions naman or interview questions na po pwede nyo mapag-aralan to prepare for the job interview. Never ever attend a job interview nang hindi kayo nagre-review ng sagot sa mga katanungan as simply as tell me about yourself. Why do you think we should hire you? Napaka simple. Pero once you are being asked, ang hirap humanap ng sagot if you did not prepare for it. Okay? I've been there, done that, and I know my mistakes. And of course, from that mistakes, I learned to improve it. I learned to learn from it. I've learned from it, and I know now what should I say. Okay? Dress professionally, especially so if it is a face-to-face interview. Even if it is an online interview, dress professionally. Okay, wag kang dadating sa interview na nakasando, ka-jersey, or naka-sleeveless, or naka-t-shirt, yung walang collar. I'm sorry, but I'm not just wearing the appropriate one. Pero if it is my interview, lagi akong naka-professionally dress. For example, I'm the operations manager of the Virtual Elves Outsourcing. Whenever I do interviews, naka-uniform ako ng Virtual Elves. Okay? So we also expect the candidates to look professionally kahit online siya. Wag naman mag-coat kasi lalo napakainit ng panahon ngayon. You don't need to wear coat. Just a blouse that represents you well. Look fresh, konting makeup, ayusin yung buhok para makita namin yung seriousness ninyo sa pag-attend ng interview. And it showcases also that you come prepared. Okay? So wag yung isipin, virtual ano naman to, virtual interview, okay lang yan. Even the background, that also play a very important role. Isipin niyo kung ang background niyo ay sampayan ng damit. So, syempre, turn off na yung makakakita sa inyo. Use a virtual background. Look at mine. I have my own virtual background. So, whenever I'm talking to my candidates, we have an official virtual background, which is, of course, not this one. But when I'm doing it, it's the virtual elves background, virtual background. So, nare-represent namin yung sarili namin based on the company that we are working. Okay? Follow up. It would be nice to do a follow up through a letter, an email, following up the status of your application. However, sometimes most companies, after your after they have evaluated your resume pa lang, if they feel like hindi ka fit dun sa role, they would automatically send you we regret to inform you, which is the email that you don't want to receive. But let me encourage you, once that kind of email is something that you receive and they say, kung limbawa may feedback, no? Kasi kami, we tried our very best to provide the feedback to the candidate but hindi sila natanggap. Tignan niyo yung ano yung feedback na yun. Tapos doon kayo mag-focus para i-enhance, para i-improve. So that the next time you try applying, may idea kayo na sabi sa akin nung first company, ganito ako, short ako sa ganito. Baka ngayon, dahil in-enhance ko na, it can lead to a positive result. So titingnan nyo kung may mga feedback na pinoprovide sa inyo, and then use that as your means to improve your uh, interview or your job application technique. Okay? Huwag kayong panghinaan ng loob kasi talagang ganon. Sabi ko nga, sa dinami-dami ng mga applicants, syempre, ang titignan kagad nila, yung nagsa-stand out, yung sumusunod sa instructions, yung sumunod sa lahat ng binigay naming fit to a T. Kumbaga, everything that we said, they followed. But if you are impressive enough in your resume mo, but you did not follow the instructions, sometimes you fail because of that. Okay? Send a thank you email. Wag naman yung may mga drawings, but just a very professional email saying, I did not hear from you. I hope to request for a feedback if it is possible. Don't expect for a reply. However, it would be nice for you to do a follow-up maybe after yan, within 24 to 48 hours after your interview. Pero kung nagsasubmit ka or nagsubmit ka pala ng application and you have never heard back or did not hear from the company, I think it only tells you na you may not have successfully chosen for the role. Sometimes nga automated naman lalabas na due to the blah blah blah, we have numbers of applicants that we are reviewing. It will take time. So there are automated responses na, which is also good. Yung iba kasi nagagalit na bakit automated response. Kung halimbawa sa kumpanyang yon, meron lang 3 recruiters tapos ang nag-apply do sa isang job opening 500. Kunwari lang to, kawawa naman yung 3 recruiters para magsagot sa lahat ng 500. That's why they make it an automated response. Minsan hindi kasi ninyo naiintindihan yung back end. Ang tinitingnan lang natin yung sa atin. So let's also be patient enough to understand the processes that these people are doing in order to ensure na nabibigyan din kayo ng feedback right after you apply. That's why there's an automated email. Okay? Follow up on job applications and interviews politely and professionally to express continued interest in the position. For example, nakukuha na sila ng tamang candidate for the role, just say thank you still. And if in the future meron sila maging opening, tanong mo, can you still apply? Para makita nila na talagang interesado ka maging part ng team nila. And then you can also ask, if hindi ka binigyan ng feedback, may I please ask for a feedback what so I can improve myself. Magandang ano yun, magandang uh, behavior or attitude na ipakita kasi you're telling them na you're willing to improve. Meron kang desire to improve kaysa sa wala lang, 'di ba? So again, it's very important that you also understand these things rather than just think of it as it's a responsibility to find a job. There is a process that you also need to follow. You should also have a strategy that you can say, okay, am I doing the right thing or am I not doing it correctly? What should I change? Right? Stay persistent and positive. Stay persistent in your job search efforts, even if you face rejections or setbacks. And this is important. Why we are doing this? Kasi nga, if you have set a clear expectation for yourself, alam mong may rejection, alam mong may setback, you can go back to your drawing board or your roadmap again and again to improve further. Okay? Stay positive and maintain confidence in your abilities and potential for success. Now, if you know exactly what you want to do and meron ka lang nakikitang mali do sa style na ginagawa mo or sa strategy or techniques na ginagawa mo, then mag-focus ka lang to improve that. Makikita mo naman eh. Halimbawa, ako noon napapansin ko, bakit kaya hindi ako natatawagan sa mga interviews? Ang tinitignan ko yung resume ko. Kasi babalikan ko yung job description. Kasi siguro out of the list ng job description, dalawa lang yung nag-fit or nagmamatch sa akin doon. Okay, hindi ako pasok. Gets nyo? The job description alone can tell you kung ikaw ba ay may chance na ma-interview or ma-invite for an interview or nothing at all. If your chance is baka naman, let's face it, hindi ka rin sigurado. Kaya nga importanteng basahin yung job description, what is required, and the qualifications. If you are checking all of the list of the items na meron sa job description and you're following the instructions perfectly, everything that the company asked you to do, chances are you will be invited. If you're not invited, isang factor, baka ang dami ninyo nag-apply and mas suitable sa position na yon kasi sa experience, training, network that they have. It's how they highlighted themselves as well. Okay? Seek feedback from interviewers, like I said kanina, mentors to identify areas for improvement. It's really nice to have someone who can help you um, draw that roadmap of yours para yung mga setbacks ninyo ng failures, rejections, hindi siya ganun ka-awful, no? Yes, it's hard, it's very painful to say or to receive, we regret to inform you, but the company is just being honest to you, and you also have to be honest to yourself. It doesn't mean that you are not good. It just means that probably you are not the right fit for the role. Now, if you feel like sa sarili mo, tama ba 'tong ginagawa ko? Kung meron kang feeling of doubtful ka rin sa sarili mo, then it's already telling you something. Maybe it's time for you to follow these processes that I'm just sharing and then start from the scratch. Kasi otherwise, doon mo makikita na mas maganda palang may direction ako kaysa sa basta na lang ako send and send ng resume. Gets? Victor Hugo once says or said, perseverance, it's the secret of all triumphs. Wala namang first attempt, ano ka na kagad, triumphant eh. Kaya nga sabi ko, 'di ba, you can never understand the meaning of success if you never received or you never had failures or you never experienced failures, because you wouldn't even know the word success kung alam mo kung hindi mo alam ano yung failure. Kaya mo nasabing successful ka na kasi after all na pinagdaanan mo, here you are reaping your reward. So again, I will repeat this. Never use the money as your motivation to apply for a job or to look for a job that you feel like kikita ka or yayaman ka kagad in 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months. Iba-iba ang fate ng tao. It could be yung iba, mayaman na talaga sila, mas lalo pang yumaman dahil sa sipag nila. Ikaw naman, kung ordinaryong mamamayan ka lang, tapos yun kagad ang tinitignan mo, it will take a lot of time for you to become rich unless otherwise you're doing the wrong thing. So, hindi nakagulat-gulat kung one day you will become a millionaire. I'm not saying every millionaire did something wrong. What I'm saying is, even if you talk to this millionaire, they would tell you how what hard work is, how they really worked hard for their um the success that they have right now. So start small, learn from the mistakes, walk through it, review your roadmap as you go along, and then learn from every aspects of life that you are experiencing, because that's where you can say your failures are now becoming your success. All right, so I hope this you find this information helpful. Who is Victor Hugo? I just want to share it with you. He was a poet, a novelist, and dramatist who wrote the book, or the who authored the novels Notre Dame and Les Miserables. So he understood what perseverance mean. So it's nice to share coming from a person who really experienced it. I myself, I can never say that I'm already there, because I'm still working hard for the continuous success and learning a lot of things as I go along daily, because this work of mine is a challenging role. It's a very diverse, challenging role. So every day is a challenge for me. Every day is an opportunity for me to improve myself. So I learning is a continuous thing. Hindi ibig sabihin graduate na kayo ng college, yun na lang, no? You can still continue to take your MBA and then PhD eventually, God willing. It's really up to you how you want to draw your roadmap and what your desired outcome in the future. Like what I said, go back to Stephen Covey. You always have to think your desired result, no? It's something that will help you say, this is what I want to achieve. Kung yun ang vision mo, and ang vision mo is not to get rich, mas maganda kasi mas ma-enjoy mo yung reward after everything that you have gone through. Sabi ko nga, pag matanda ka na or tumatanda ka, the knowledge will become a wisdom, and that wisdom is something you can share to the next breed of generation. So I hope you find this information helpful, and comment below if you have any questions. And again, I will be dissecting one by one dun sa mga topics na dun sa mga steps na pinag-usapan natin para mas lalo pa ninyong ma-broaden yung information na kailangan ninyo, no, for those graduating, and even for those who are not graduating, pwede din naman ninyong i-follow yung sinasabi kong information. Again, thank you so much for listening, and please share this information to family or friends of yours who are soon to graduate from college. So, congratulations to all of you. It's just the beginning of another chapter of your life. So, make it great. Start planning for your future. Hey, thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.